Hello, and welcome to mini episode number 8 of Wrestlerotica, the podcast that combines wrestling and fan fiction. In case you have never listened to one of our mini episodes before, these are just shorter, abridged versions of our regular podcast. We decided to put out this special episode to thank you for making September our best month ever, and just to show our appreciation for you. In this mini episode, we feature one story. The story is called Baybae. In preparation for NXT Takeover and Summerslam, the Four Horsewomen rent a suite together. After Charlotte and Becky Lynch leave, Sasha Banks and Bayley spend some sensual alone time together. Without further ado, let's get to the story. This story is entitled Baybae, and it is written by 1 GB of nude www.divas.forumcommunity.net. Before the events of NXT Takeover Brooklyn and SummerSlam in New York, the ever-popular Four Horsewoman, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Bayley, and current Women's Champion Sasha Banks gathered after a tough day at the gym. They all decided to rent a large suite just for the four of them to stay for the weekend. Little did they know that there were 2 king-size beds in the main room. "I call this one!" Becky said. "How about it, Char?" "Sure," Charlotte nodded. With their things set aside, all of them hung out, discussing their plans for TakeOver and SummerSlam. Becky discussed post-match celebration ideas with Charlotte. "When we win! Getting hammered? Bang a superstar or two?" Becky went on with her fellow PCB teammate. Charlotte nods in agreement. "You'll know where I'll be, unless you, Bae, can beat me to it, which I knew you won't." Sasha berated Bayley about their upcoming championship match. Bayley gives her a mischievous wink. "We'll see about that." "Listen!" Charlotte clings her glass, getting the rest of the gang's attention. "Even if we clash each other, there's no stopping us, horsewomen." "Yeah! Tell it like it is!" Becky agreed, holding her glass high. The nature girl continues. "We put on a good show. Plus, we make one hell of a team." "Yes, sister. That's something we can all agree upon." Sasha smiled at Bayley as they both raised their glasses as well. "And I'd like to conclude this toast to everybody that's taking part of this amazing event." "Woo!" went the remaining 3. And together they clinked their glasses. Cheers!
Making your way in the world today takes everything you've got. Taking a break from all your worries sure would help a lot. Wouldn't you like to get away?
As Becky and Charlotte left the suite to meet up with Paige, Sasha was left with the number 1 contender. They chatted alone with their leftover glass of wine in the balcony. In their undergarments, no less. Bayley's black hair was out of her side ponytail, feeling quite buzzed in her black bra and panties. Sasha felt the same way with her crimson hair back, showing off her pink bra and white panties. "Don't talk such smack," Bayley pointed. "Yeah, he's not in the best of shape, but he gave me the best hug I've ever gotten that weekend." "Aww. Looks like you're the only one." Sasha shrugged. "Anyway, enough about your boy issues. We should get inside." "Why? We were having such a good time out here." "I know, but we don't want any onlookers in our business." Sasha smirked back at Bayley as they head inside the room. The boss sat on the edge of the bed, leaving plenty of space for the hugger, right where she wants her to be, between her tanned legs.
"Oh yeah!"
"So, what do you want me to do now? Besides, look at the floor." Bayley snapped Sasha out of her vision as she sat next to her. Sasha smiled, placing her hand down to Bayley's thigh. "We could have more fun together." Bayley's battle with her current rival rose tension, something that could only be resolved behind closed doors. With that said, the two looked passionately, with burning desire, pressing their smooth lips together. The kiss got them hot in places where they'll be likely to touch. Breaking apart, Bayley grabbed Sasha. Belly to belly tossed her on the bed. This time, I'll be the one who's on top. She spoke confidently as she took the remains of younger woman's clothing off, leaving her completely nude.
That's what I'm talking about.
She then leaned down to her upper torso, sucking on her left nip. This left Sasha moaning softly.
Oh.
Grabbing a piece of Bayley's hair as she went to work on her right breast, the number one contender continued her oral assault by slithering her left hand past Sasha's toned abs, down to her hairless pussy. Mmm, cooed the boss. Work those fingers! Bayley did just that, rubbing her clit, those lips, and finally moving 2 fingers in her wet hole. She slowly pushed them in and out repeatedly, causing the current NXT Women's Champion to lash out, "Oh! Come on! Fuck me like you mean it!" Getting frustrated herself, Bayley thrusted slightly further in her pussy. She gave it her all, but is fingers gonna leave her screaming? Pulling them out, she licked her fingers clean and headed to her travel bag. "Hey! Don't stop there!" Sasha said, looking in her rival's direction, where she pulled out something she wouldn't dare think would be carrying. A double-headed dildo. "What do you think?" Bayley licked the plastic head. "Something for the both of us to enjoy?" She sat back on the wide bed, taking the pink toy into Sasha's pussy. As her moans grew, Bayley was there with her, spreading her legs and taking the other end in her already wet pussy. Both ladies didn't think of themselves as enemies if they're wildly gyrating in a fast rhythm. "Oh my gosh!" Bayley squealed on top, her natural tits bouncing to much of Sasha's delight. She'd reached her arms out, giving her a big hug, only to tease her areolas. Yeah, I bet you love that." She remains in a hold, only to put Bayley in her place. And that place is beneath her sexy body, taking that plastic dick like the boss she really is.
Give me a hell yeah!
Now that she's on top, she bounced with fury, putting all that pressure into the colorful diva. "You just love being dominated by the boss, don't you?" "Oh no, I won't be defeated. You can't make me." "Oh, yes I can." With the dildo in the deepest depths of the soaked pussies, the so-called dominant diva of NXT was nearly finished, since the challenger did so much work on her. If it were just a match, she'd be all over the place. But the first time ever, she would soon meet a fate worse than defeat. "Not really. Had enough, boss." Bayley gritted her teeth, meeting her thrust with Sasha's firm bouncing. "No! I will never submit to the likes of you!" Sasha pleaded as she began to breathe, her insides tighten, as she's being fucked hard by a long, thick piece of plastic. "Oh, fuck no!" she shouted, throwing her crimson hair in defeat as she climaxed on the sex toy. She got off and laid on the bed, taking as much breath as possible. "Looks like I win!" Bayley took out the dildo, licking every trace of their juice. She then checked up on fellow horsewoman to see if she's okay. "I hope I wasn't too hard on you." Sasha giggled and gave her a playful slap to her face. "Don't think this is over, 'cause when I retain my title, you are so gonna get it." Bayley laughed. "I knew you would say that." As the ladies laid next to one another, their hotel room opens. Becky and Charlotte came in. "We're back with a bag of snacks." "Whoa! Sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt." Becky looked away for a second. "It's okay." Sasha sat up with the sheets covering her body, along with Bayley nodding her head. "There's not much else to see here." "Good." Charlotte changed into her sleepwear, 'cause I'd rather sleep in peace. Throughout the night, the Four Horsewomen got their beauty rest, got up the next morning, and prepared for their most epic weekend yet to come. The end.